Hi, I'm James with TVS Pro, and today's video is on the newly announced DJI Phantom 3. We are extremely excited about it. If you were at the NAB convention in Vegas last week, then you were able to touch it and see it firsthand. We were lucky enough to be one of the very first dealers in the country to receive a Phantom 3. Now, we've got some notes that we want to follow because doing editing live, so we're using a new tech TriCaster to do all of our live editing, is a lot easier than doing it in post. So I'm hoping that inside this box is the professional version. I took a picture of the outside, sent it to our rep, and our rep said, well, no, we sent you the professional version. It's possible they just sent it in the wrong box. So we've got these notes and things that we want to follow and content. As I'm talking, you're going to see some pictures as we discuss the features. So I'm really hoping that inside is the Phantom 3 professional version that we want. So without any delay here, we're going to open this guy up and cross our fingers that it's the professional version here. Drum roll in my head, and it's gold. Look at that. The stickers are already installed. That's nice and convenient. Awesome. We've got a professional version Phantom 3 here. Gimbal, it looks like, is already installed. I can slide that out. Looks like it's very similar to the Vision Plus, if you're familiar with that. Really cool gold stickers. Again, if you saw it at NAB, this gold plaque right there. Really cool manufacturing. I can tell by the feel of it, it is a slightly different type of plastic that is used in the Phantom 2. Looks like the spindles are a little bit thicker. Really cool. Let's dive in here to what's inside the box. Obviously, we've got the copter. Looks like we've got some stickers, got some silver and red metallic stickers. You've got extra vibration dampeners. Comes with actually a 16 gig micro SD card. The radio, and I touched and felt this at NAB, so I kind of knew what to expect as far as the radio goes. This is very similar to the Inspire radio, if you're familiar with it. I've got my accessories box, some wrench, charger, and the props actually, if you want to go in on this, Dalton, he's our new tech guy, they come in this really kind of cool pouch here for the props. Kind of cool. I just don't really know where to start. I'm just kind of excited about this. I guess I'll follow my notes and stick to it. So first off, there are two versions, as I covered before, to the Phantom 3. One is the advanced version, and one is the professional version. Only differences in all of the features that we're going to talk about here, only difference is the recording. So the advanced version is 1080p Full HD at 60 frames a second. The professional version, which is the one that's here in front of me, will do actually true 4K. So your 4096 by 2160, its max res is 30 frames per second, okay? But again, all of the features that we're talking about are universal to both. It's seamless on both platforms. Again, recording is the only difference. Sensors on the bottom. Again, if you're familiar with DJI's Inspire 1 platform, same sensors. You've got one camera, two ultrasonic sensors. This is ideal for indoor flying when you have zero GPS available. This vision positioning system is going to be great for stability, again, when you're indoors. Battery. What's cool about this spec, 23 minutes approximately, is because the Phantom comes with the gimbal and the camera, you are going to be a lot closer to that 23-minute flight time, opposed to the Phantom 2, you know, it has a spec of 25 minutes, but you add the gimbal, the GoPro, and any transmission systems and whatever else, and you're realistically going to be around 15, maybe 17 minutes if you're lucky. Being in Utah like we are, higher altitude, so that 23-minute spec will probably come down, but I would not be surprised if we see 20-minute plus flight time, which is great. Unlike the Phantom 2, this actually they've changed the battery, and that's how they're getting some of that extra minutes as well, because it is a 4-cell battery 4480 are the milliamps of that battery. Going on to the camera, this is going to be a huge upside to the GoPro. It's got an f-stop of 2.8, so it's a very fast camera, and it has a 94-degree field of view. I think GoPro's is 150, maybe even 165, somewhere around there, field of view. So when you're shooting in 4K, you're going to have an extremely wide, fisheye distortion in your horizon. Because this is such a small field of view, you virtually will have zero, if any, of that fisheye distortion, which will be a huge benefit to add to the professionalism to your video. And then similar to the Vision Plus, you do have that ZenMuse technology, the built-in gimbal system. If you're familiar with it, ZenMuse just can't be beat. DJI has the best 3-axis gimbal technology. The remote, this is something to talk about. I've been given or received some criticism because I tend to talk about the remote too much. I get excited about this. If you've held a Futaba radio, then you know how comfortable those radios are in your hands. Some of the earlier remotes from DJI, like the Phantom 2, they don't feel anything like this. You've got rubber grips all around the sides. It's very ergonomic. It feels very good in your hands. And then by having the benefit of using a DJI camera, you've got lots of buttons here. Shutter buttons, start, stop, record, flight functions. You can rotate your gimbal up and down to control that camera. And you've also got that built-in light bridge technology. This is, if you're unfamiliar with this, this is awesome in the world of video transmission. That light bridge technology is going to get you 1.2 miles of range, and it's going to be 720 HD video transmission that is sent over that light bridge system. So you're seeing a picture of it. Those are screenshots of what the light bridge technology can do as far as quality of that video. And it's doing that at 720p HD, 30 frames per second. And as I mentioned before, lots of buttons. You've got all kinds of buttons through there, 2 of which on the bottom are customizable. Camera profiles and whatever else. I haven't dove in myself as to the potential of what those buttons will do for us. You'll notice, don't cut away from that picture there, Dalton, because different from the Inspire radio, you'll notice this does not have an HDMI output. So that is a plus side to the Inspire one, is because you can have dual output via USB to your app as well as to a monitor or projector, whatever you want to do HDMI. This only has one video output, so that's an important thing to note. Separates, again, the Inspire from the Phantom 3. Pilot app, while we're talking about the remote, very similar pilot app to what is available in the Inspire 1. You actually have a built-in editor, however, in this one. This is going to be a really cool feature. Save a lot of your post work, because as you're recording, you'll be able to mark places in your video. You're seeing a picture here with marks in there, and what those marks are going to do is later on you will be able to go into your editor and it will take snippets from those marks that you've already placed in your video, and it will automatically create a transitional video without any editing. And then from there, you can directly from that app throw it out onto social media, YouTube and wherever else, for easy broadcasting. In fact, while we're talking about it, you've got YouTube live streaming built into the radio. You can call up a buddy and say, you've got to see where I'm at right now as you're flying it, over your house or whatnot. Give them the link and they can tap in and see a live feed of you flying the copter. If you saw the live announcement of the Phantom 3 from DJI, they did live broadcasting from Singapore, New York, I think it was Santorini, Greece, and wherever else. Pretty phenomenal. This feature is built into a really affordable platform. Also built into that app, you've got a flight simulator. That's a very similar flight simulator to the Inspire one. So without having to take it outside and risking it as far as the props go or the Phantom itself, you can practice on that flight simulator. Kind of a fun feature built in. And then you've also got the flight log. This is going to keep a track of your flights. It will also maintain a memory of the pictures and video that you've taken from each flight. It'll time each flight, give you a GPS location of each flight, and give you an overall flight time and how many log hours you've got and everything else. It's kind of a fun tool to utilize. Built in then to the Phantom 3 is you've got the standard, what DJI calls or refers to as the worry-free features. You've got auto takeoff. Press of a button, prop start up, it takes off and hovers, I believe, to around 10 to 12 feet. You've got auto return features, so that same button will bring itself home and land, and it has the fail-safe feature, so if it's ever running and you go over those time frames, it will land itself. It won't go home on its own. You've got to be the one to instigate that or initiate that, but that fail-safe feature will save it from just falling out of the sky. It'll bring itself down and land. And then you've got I've got a printout here, a whole slew of other options, some of which I may have covered. The ability to control the camera. You've got access to real-time footage. It'll gather the flight data, kind of that flight log that I referred to. Follow me features. Now, no DJI platform has had these features. This will be a fun option to play with. Automatic ground station, so just like the Inspire or the A2 flight controller with the ground station added into there, you can draw out on your smart tablet a flight path and say go, and it'll do it. Point of interest. I'm really excited about this feature. You were never able to have point of interest except in those higher A2 flight controller systems with the spreading wing series. What that'll do is it will maintain point of interest as you are flying around an object. So no more having to pan and keep that pan in a circle steady on your own. It has the intelligence to do it by itself. Those are the main features and things that we wanted to cover. We will be doing, as soon as we can get some sample footage and get this out and about and get some footage from the camera, we will do another video comparing this a little bit closer to the Phantom 2. So watch for that, because we will title that video DJI Phantom 3 versus Phantom 2. Again, I am James and I am with TVS Pro. You can see us at tvspecialist.com. Feel free to email me at jamesb@tvspec.com. If you've got questions or want to know more about this, feel free to hit us up. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Good luck and happy flying.